Online, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So which is the next topic that we are supposed to discuss? So my first question is, what do you mean by thread? To all of you. What is the process? Most of you have executed the custom exception program, I believe, but some of you still have not done. But will I be bothered in any ways? I believe those who have executed, only they got to know. Definitely there will be some errors that you will get in that program. Yes or no? Those who have executed, only they will know. Okay, those who have not executed, you will not even get to know. If you look at the program seems to be perfectly fine. Whatever program I have written, that program also will not work. You will get an error. What error? That I don't want to say, because if you want to check, you execute and check, no? So now I just want to write one program, simple program to print anything. Okay. So how we will write? Here, there is one more topic in your exception which I have left, that is which are all the valid syntaxes and which are all invalid syntaxes. I'll do it later. Okay. I mean, can I use one try multiple catch? Can I use multiple try one catch? Can I use try catch inside try? Can I use try catch inside catch? All these things means which are valid, which are invalid, you should know. So that part I'll do it. But as of now, just keep listening. Just remind me later, okay? So now, assume that I want to write one program. Class demo. Inside this, public static void main of. Inside this, what I want to do, I just want to print system dot out dot println. Close this method. Close this class. Now, all these days, what we used to discuss? All these days, what we used to discuss? Whenever control comes to any method, one activation record will be created, and whichever is on top, the control will go inside that method. 100% true it is. It is not, false. It is true statement. But the question is, once it goes inside, why exactly it will execute line by line only? It could have executed randomly, right? First it will execute first line, next it will execute third line. Randomly it could have executed. Who is helping you to execute it line by line? How? Just because it is on top of stack, does it mean that it should execute inside statements line by line only? It could have executed randomly, right? How it will work, sir? If you ask me, normally, whenever you try to write any program, okay, one activation record also will be created. Yes, this is your activation record for what? For what? Inside this, something I have written. Assume that there are few more statements here. Assume that there are few more statements. How it will work? Why it will execute it line by line only, if you ask me? Whenever you try to execute any program, very first method that will get called is which one? Which is the very first method that will get called? Main method only, for sure. Even if you are having hundreds of static methods also, very first method is main only. That is the first point. Next, word serve. Next, whenever you try to execute any program, by default, okay, for every program, main method should be there. Yes or no? If there is main method, to execute main method, there will be one thread that will get created. There will be one thread that will get created. What is the name of that thread? That we will see later. As of now, we don't want to bother about name. And this thread is like, normal thread, do you know? Which is used for stitching. Okay, assume that this is one thread. First line, next it will be second line, third line, fourth line, like that it will go. So normally, if anyone asks you what do you mean by thread, in simple words, you can putting line by line. Getting my point? Yes or no? So this is nothing but line of execution. Now, sir, when you are saying that there is one thread which is get show it, will I be able to show that? No, it is there. How can I show you? For that, there is different way. But however, whenever one thread is created, okay, there should be someone to control it, right? Will your JVM be able to handle everything? No. There should be someone else also. Who is that someone else? That someone else is nothing but thread. Okay. And whatever the thread that got created, this will be under the control of whom? This will be under the control of thread scheduler. Every thread that will get created or you don't do it, ultimately, if you are creating a thread or already by default one thread is created, every thread will go under the control of thread scheduler only. Okay. Now the question that comes is, sir, if there is really a thread, how can we check it? How can we check it? Now I will call one method here. Okay. Is there really a what we say, thread here which is executing this method? If you ask me, definitely yes. And what is the name of that thread? I'll come. However, here, if there is a thread, how can I check? Simple thing, you just have to use. Yesterday, I've used this inbuilt class also. Thread dot current thread. What this will give in return? Whichever thread that is currently getting executed or currently whichever is working, you will get the details. Getting my point? Now the question is, sir, we will get the details, that is fine, but how can I store it? How can I store it? What this will return? That also should know. Yes or no? You look at the statement. What I'm saying. Using thread class, I'm telling that give me the thread which is currently getting executed. Then what it will give you? If I'm asking you for a bottle, what you will give? Mobile. What you will give? Mobile. If I'm asking you for current thread, what you will give? Current thread. In simple words, whichever thread is working, that thread it will return. It will not return the name or it will not return the priority. No, it will return the complete thread only. If it is returning something, I should store it. So here I'll store it like this. Thread type T1. Getting my point? Sir, is it really true, sir? 100% yes. How to check it? Now, just try to print T1. What output I will get? Whichever thread that is currently working, that thread details I'll get. How can I check it? Here you have printed it. If you print it, you should get the details. What details I'll get in my output? Three details I'll get. How many? First one is name of thread. Okay. First one is name of thread. Second one is what? Priority of that particular thread which is created. Okay. Next what? Getting it? What details I'll get? I'll get the name of the thread, I'll get the priority of the thread, and I'll get the method name which it is going to execute or which it is executing. Here in this case, this particular thread is going to execute what? Main method. In which method it is working? Main method. That method name it will return. Getting my point? So what output I should get because of this? I should get normally, whichever thread is getting created, the priority will be, for main thread at least, the priority will be how much? Sorry, however, first one is name. What is the name of this thread? As I've already told, the name of this thread is main. Why? Simple, because the thread will for sure try to execute main method only. That is the reason the name is given as main thread only. Okay. Next, what is the priority? Normally, whenever main thread is created, default priority will be there, that is 5. And what is the name of the method which it will execute now? Main only. So here also I'll get main. Got it? Yes or no? So now what is this one? This is name of the thread. Can I change that name of the thread? Can we change or not? Yes, we can change. Getting my point? How can we change? First thing is, you should use T1 because you are going to change the name of this T1 thread. Whatever thread is working, that you have stored in T1, and then you are trying to print it. Yes or no? So here I will tell that I want to change the name of T1. T1 dot set name of, here I'll write it as BJ's you assume. Can I change the priority? Yes or no? So here I'll give T1 dot set priority somewhere around 7. Can I change the third parameter, that is name of the method? 100% no. Why? Why? You normally think, no, if you try to change the name of the method, don't you think this method name also should change? If you change this method name, will your program work properly? Because very first, I mean, the first method that will get executed is your main only. If you change the name itself, it will never be able to check for main method. Clear? Yes or no? So you can change name of the thread, you can change priority of the thread, but however, you cannot change the name of the method which it is going to execute. Is that clear? Now, if I try to print it here, system.out.print. Here I'll try to print same T1. What output I'll get? This time what output I'll get? First is name of the thread. Name of the thread I have told as BJS. Priority I have told as 7, but this one will be main only. Clear with this point? Yes, no. So whenever you try to execute any particular program, by default thread that will get created. What is the name of that thread? Just a minute, sorry. Clear? Yes, no.
Can
With
you
respect to this
explain
concept,
with priority again, sir? It was lagging,
sorry.
so I don't. Can you explain priority again? It was lagging, so I don't understand the priority part.
In priority, what do you want me to say? I mean, from which line here?
Why it's given 5, sir? Priority first. The 3 name, priority, and method.
See, whenever main thread is created, okay, ultimately every thread that you will create will be under the control of whom?
The control of the
Thread
main.
scheduler. Okay, first thing is every thread that will get created will be under the control of thread scheduler. It should be. Getting my point? And the second thing, whenever any thread is created, there will be a priority that will be given. What is that priority? For main thread, at least by default, it will be 5. Can I change that, what we say, priority? Definitely, yes. Using set priority method, I can change it. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why it is 5? See, they have already decided few things. Rather than questioning, we should understand on why it is working like that. Getting my point? Why they did this, that we don't know. Okay, they have done it. Normal, it is the middle priority, I can say. Not too high, not too low. Getting my point? So, whenever you try to run the program, first is main thread. Inside main thread, if you call some other method, I mean inside main method, if you try to call other method, it will go there and it will try to execute that, because anyways that activation record will come above this. Yes or no? So you will get to know. Just wait for some time at least. Multi-threading. Sorry. Any important discussion? Just give me a moment. It is getting loaded. How is your SQL class going on? SQL class are going on, right? How is it going? Sorry? Should I show this PPT now itself or after doing one program? Can we come back? Custom exception, was that clear? And complete exception topic. Yes, no. Okay. Is the screen visible? Here, please observe. Done, 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 done. Get back. It was not visible. So this is the program I have written. Okay. Now what will happen whenever operating system will hand over the control to main method in your stack segment, one activation record will get created, and along with that, there will be one thread that will get created. there will be one thread that will get created. Is that visible here? Here, there is something that I have done, but it is very thin. Okay. So, however, there will be one main thread that will get created. Whichever thread that will be created will be under the control of thread scheduler. Getting my point? Next, what? Now, that thread, whatever you got, that got created, will try to execute the main method which is available there. Next, what? Is that thread really existing? Does that thread really exist? How can we check that? By getting the current thread and try to print it. So thread dot current thread I will call. Okay, so what it will return you? It will return thread type thread. Means thread is the type, integer type A or float type B, we will say, right? In a similar way, here what you will get? Thread type thread you will get. So here I will store it in thread type tref. Got it? Next, what I'll try to now, which means this tref is pointing to here now. Okay. Next, I will try to print the tref. Here, can you see the output? In the beginning, I'm getting main 5 and main. Getting my point? Yes or no? So next, I'll try to change the name. Can I change it? Definitely yes. I'll try to set it as ABC now. Previously, I was printing it. Now I'm trying to change the name of the thread. What was the name of the thread here? Main. But what it was printing here? This one, SOP. ABC only. But now I'm trying to change the name also as ABC. Output you will get, ABC also you will get. Along with that, the thread details also you will get. In both the places, ABC will be there. So please don't get confused. Okay. One is because of print statement. The other one is because of the name that we changed. Okay. Here, next, I'll try to set the priority as 8. Now, if I try to print, what will be the output? ABC, 8 and main. Is that clear? Every thread contains few properties. They are name of the thread, priority of the thread, and the name of the method which it is executing. Same thing, whatever I have written there. See, whenever same person is doing both, it will be same only. If you listen properly, it is sufficient. Okay, as of now. So next, what? We can change the name of the thread by using a method called as set name. In a similar way, set priority. Is that clear? Next, what if you ask me? Okay. Now comes the main topic. This one, I think first I should do it and then show. I feel like we should take 1 day break. Sorry? वाह मतलब wait कर रहा है. Why? Yeah. I thought like yes sir. I am feeling I need a break. Sorry? कब? आज ही ले या कल? Why? Because you know it is going hectic. हाँ? कौन सा रहेगा? हैं? Photo plant. Online. Here in office, in BGS office. Great. We'll see. So what is the first program that was done? And that only what? Example I'm asking. Like, is it similar? It is bouncing over my head. Anyways, listen. Any example you can take for that matter, but I will take something simple and somehow I can correlate the concept easily. Okay, that example I'll take. However, here, is there any lag online? I don't think so now.
No, sir.
No, sir, I got.
So let me. Here you assume that class, what will be the name? Demo 1. Inside this, next here, what I'll do, inside this, I'll consider one activity. Okay, inside this, I'll consider one activity. Which activity? I'll try to say that system.out.print banking started. What I'll say, banking started. If at all, if it is related to banking, what all I need? Account number I need and password I need. So here I'll just try to print, enter account number, yes. And then here next one is yes, and then next int, and I'll try to store it in account number, and then here assume that he will enter integer password only, and then I'll try to store it in. Okay, I just want to accept it. I don't want to say anything else. Whether he is a valid user, not valid user, I don't care. I just want to accept. Related to banking, I'm doing. Next word, at the end, I will also print banking completed. Got it? Banking has been started, banking has been completed. Next what? Next task is I want to, print something called as, I want to print BJs for 5 times. How to do it? Here, I'll just try to print. Print what? Yes. Now this one, I don't want to print for 1 time. I want to print for 5 times. How can I do it? Should we start with 0 only? I equals to 0 only, or can we start with any value? Is it compulsory to start with 1 only? I believe that much all of you know by this time. If you still don't know that thing, then you are in big problem. That much you should understand. However, now this, will it print BJs for 5 times? Yes or no? But I want to print BJs for 5 times, but with some delay. I believe yesterday I have explained you one method, which is that thread dot sleep means what? Whichever thread that is currently working, don't work, go to sleep. Means stop working. For how much time it should sleep? Forever should it sleep? No, I'll tell the duration also. How can I tell the duration? This will be in your milliseconds. 5000 milliseconds means 5 seconds. Okay. Now this is done. However, I want to also print one statement here. What is that? Apart from this, anything else? Here. What I'll say? Printing started, and then printing. Yes. Next what? Main method only I have written, no? So next, I'll try to write one more activity here, wherein it is addition started. Inside this, what I will do? And then at last all those who already know the concept, well and good, great. But how well you can explain it, that definitely matters. Okay, you can consider whichever topic you want, you can consider whichever example you want, but all that matters is ultimately if you cannot explain it, everything is a total waste. Getting my point? So please make sure that all of you are capable enough to explain this as well. Yes. So now what will happen? Very first thing that will happen is, as I've already told, in your stack segment, what will happen? One activation record will get created. This is the activation record of what? Main. And to execute main method, there will also be one thread that will get created. Yes or no? And here, what I have written? Means banking started, banking completed, and then printing started, and then printing completed, and then addition started, and then addition completed. Whichever thread that got created, which it will be? The name of that thread will be main thread, and that thread should be under the control of whom? Yes. Now it will start executing from where to where, as I've already told. Basically, what do you mean by thread? Line of execution. Means it will try to execute line by line in simple words. Next what? So now, how I will get an output? By looking at the program, you tell me, no? Banking started. Enter the account number. I'll try to enter some account number, and then enter the password. I'll try to enter some password also. Then it will go to banking completed, and then printing started. First it will print BGS. 5 seconds gap, again BGS. 5 seconds gap, BGS, 5 seconds gap, BGS, 5 seconds gap. Done. Next, printing completed, and then addition started. Directly print the respective value of that, and then addition completed. Yes or no? Just a minute. Listen. Next, what if you ask me, Anyways, we will get the output, expected output. I am surely going to get it. What I want to ask you is, now you think and tell me, is there any relation? Is there any relation between these activities? What relation is there? Will there be any relation between banking and printing? Will there be any relation between printing and addition? Will there be any relation between addition and banking? Banking is separate activity and printing is separate activity and addition is separate activity. See, why I am taking this example only if you ask me, this is one such best example I feel to explain the purpose of multi-threading. Why you should create multiple threads? Simple question. Single thread only you can manage it, right? Why should you create multiple threads? For that, if you want to understand, second scenario we should see. First scenario was what? Everything was properly working. Again, the question is there any relation between any of these activities? In between them, is there any relationship? I mean to say, now I will give you an example. Second person will come, okay? When you try to run the program, enter account number. I am only the person you assume. I'll not enter. It is asking for account number. I'll not enter. Why, sir? My wish. Okay, my wish I don't want to enter. Don't you think? You think and tell me, now will the program proceed ahead or will it wait? It will wait. Until when? Until user enters some number and click on enter button. Yes? Fine. Somehow after some time I'll enter it. Next it will go for password. I don't want to give. Why should I give my password? So what it will do? It will keep on waiting. I don't want to give only. This time I don't want to give. At least for account number I accepted, I have given. But password I don't want to give on. So what will happen? The program will keep on waiting in this particular statement only. Yes or no? But you think and tell me, don't you think your printing activity is waiting for your banking to finish it? Yes or no? But now you think and tell me, should your printing activity wait for banking? Is there any relationship now? No. Yes or no? Somehow after some time I'll feel bad, so I'll give the password also. Now banking is completed, it will go to printing. Once it goes to printing, first time it will print for, print the name saying that it is BGS, and then it will go to sleep. For 5 seconds it will sleep. Don't you think that is waste of CPU time? Yes or no? Why, sir? Anyhow it is sleeping. If there are no other tasks and if it is going to sleep, it is fine. But don't you think still I have one more activity? That is addition. Now you think and tell me, should your addition activity wait for your printing activity to finish it? It need not wait. Why should it wait? It was not supposed to wait, but it is waiting. Why it is waiting? I hope all of you can understand. Definitely there is a difference between should and can. Getting my point? Now my question is, should this activity wait for printing activity to finish it? It should not wait. But is it waiting? Yes, it is waiting. Until and unless first time it will print, go to sleep for 5 seconds. Second time it will print, go to sleep for 5 seconds. Third time it will print, go to sleep for 5 seconds. It will keep on waiting until this task is over. Once this task is over, then only it will come to addition. In addition, there is no delay, there is no user input. Directly it will tell addition started, print the output, addition completed. But now my question is, your addition is waiting until and unless your banking as well as printing activity is over. Your printing activity is waiting until your banking activity is over. But you think and tell me, should it wait? Those are independent activities. I mean to say, when I say, is there any relationship? Means what? Is your printing activity dependent on your banking activity? Nowhere. Is it related anyways? No. Is your addition activity dependent on printing activity? No. To complete this time, how much time it will take? It will take extra time. If I don't give input only here, then your program will never complete only. Yes or no? Yes or no? Ultimately, here user is making me to wait. Fine. But don't you think meanwhile, I can utilize CPU time by printing it? Yes, whenever there is a delay here, use the CPU time for printing this one. Whenever there is a delay here also, because of thread.sleep, go to this one, finish it. Okay, once this is done, come back to this one and then do it. Yes, whenever there is a delay here, come back and check in this one. Is user going to give input now or not? If user is going to give, fine. Once account number is given, then go to password. Password is not being given. So immediately it will go to this one. It should have gone. But is it going? No. Why? Because here this program is a single threaded program. Means what? For this complete program, how many threads do I have as of now? It is just one single thread and the name of the thread is main thread. Is that clear? But as I've already told, are they dependent on each other? No. Don't you think they are independent, which means I should not wait for one activity to finish another activity? Yes or no? It should be, I should be able to make it in such a way there should not be any delay. Yes or no? How can we make it? That is by creating multiple threads. How to create multiple threads? Next comes that question. However, here one thing we just have to take care is that if I'm using thread.sleep, I'll get one exception called as interrupted exception, which is nothing but your checked or unchecked. Checked or unchecked. Interrupted exception is. Checked exception means what? Compiler will force you to handle it, then only you can proceed ahead. Until and unless you handle it, you cannot proceed ahead. But unchecked, compiler will not force you. You proceed ahead. Once you get an exception, you will come back anyways. Clear with the point? So next, however, here I just have to duck it. How can I duck it? And whatever you want, you write it here. Some of your errors yesterday. Some of you asked me errors. If you simply directly, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or something, but please do think also. I will try to help to clear your errors, fine. But will there be anyone every time? What I am trying to say is, some of you have missed this keyword only. Directly wrote exception. Will it work? Without that throws keyword, simply if you write public static void main exception, will it work? Throws is important. Yes or no? And others also. It is not that only 1 or 2% got errors, but some others also got some errors. I'm not saying anything, but just I'm trying to say one thing. First, you understand, and then why exactly you are getting the error. First, you read it. If you read that errors, properly, clear message you will get. Getting my point? Once you understand the error, then what you should do? Try to rectify it. By reading the error, some idea you will get, okay, this error is coming. In the error message only you will get to know clearly. You don't have any need to ask for help also. Getting my point? However, before proceeding ahead, we'll quickly see the output of this one. Can we proceed? Keep observing. Okay. Here what I'll say. Banking started, and then system.out.println. Enter the account number scanner type scan equals to new scanner of system dot in, and then integer type ACCNO equal to scan dot next int, and then system dot out dot println. Enter the password. Scan dot next int of where I should store, and then and then here आशीष अगला लाइन क्या है? हम कुछ तो बोलना चाहते हैं, बोले out dot println. I'll just say that as addition started, and then save it as demo 12, and definitely as I'm using scanner how many of you are here who worked on input mismatch exception? Okay, others, how many of you have written in your program at least once input mismatch exception? You have not typed once also. Type, and then you should tell, no? How will I get to know? How many of you have typed? I mean, in your program, have you included input mismatch exception or not? दूसरा तो हम खुद लिखे, हम खुद execute भी किया है. If you try to write it, normally it will not work. Why it will not work? You go and check. You should have checked by now, but I just wanted to check because you will get that error. Some of you, those who are able to understand, that is great. Okay, but if you get that error, I wanted to tell that. Why will I tell everything by myself? And it was not something, you know, such a big task, or the program was not so difficult that you can't remember, you can't type it. That was not an issue, I guess. Recording is also there. When you are only not trying, why should I do it? Simple. Here, I am getting interrupted exception. So what I should do here? Which type of method it is, I mean? Which type of managing the exception is this? 1, 2, 3. First option or second option or third option? Third option, which is that? Ducking the exception. Why exactly I'm ducking it here? There is no any of the connections here. If the exception occurs also, I'm fine with that. So I'll just tell that save, compile, no errors. Try to execute it now. How slow it is. Now it is asking for account number. First user, I'll give 11112222. Printing started. First time BGS is printed, 5 seconds it will wait, and then it will try to print BGS. Again 5 seconds it will wait. Again try to print BGS. 5 seconds it will wait. Again try to print BGS. 5 seconds. Again try to print BGS. 5 seconds. Yes. Just observe, and immediately additions output I'll get without any delay. Yes or no? But now second time I want to execute the same. It is asking for account number. I'll not give it. I'll not give. How long will it wait? Until and unless I give the input, it will keep on waiting. But you think and tell me, should your printing activity wait? Is it dependent? Is your printing activity anywhere dependent on your banking activity? No, but still it is waiting. Why? Because this particular program we have, whatever the program we have written, it is created by using single threaded approach. Means I am just using one single thread here, and that same thread should execute everything. But however, that thread is however, that thread is waiting in some statement. It got stuck in some statement, and it is waiting for user to give the input, but user is not giving. Getting my point? However, it is not dependent. So what we should do? We should create multiple threads. How to do that later? So as of now, password it is asking. Again, I'll not give. Then what will happen? It will keep on waiting. After some time, I'll feel bad, so I'll give the password. Banking has been completed. See now, it is waiting now. Printing started, it is waiting. Don't you think meanwhile it could have done the addition activity? But is it doing? It is still waiting, which is not a good idea. Yes or no? However, it will wait, and then at last, additions output I will get it. Please check. Got it? Okay. So same thing if I have to. Yes. Same thing. Whatever is there on board, same thing is there in your PPT also. Okay. So stack segment, one single. Even diagram is also same. Whatever I have written on board, it is the same thing. Now one main thread that will be under the control of thread scheduler, and it will start executing line by line whatever is inside main method. Yes or no? So while executing, I will, okay. Anyway, same statement, whatever statement I wanted to give, that I have given here. In the above program, since all the activities were placed inside one single method, there was a single threaded approach, and hence the CPU time has been wasted. Don't you think CPU time is getting wasted until and unless user will give the input? Okay, until and unless user is not giving the input, the thread will keep on waiting, keep on waiting. Meanwhile, it could have done other tasks, but will it do? No, because here you are using single threaded approach. Clear? How can we overcome this problem? We can overcome this problem by making use of multi-threaded approach. How to create multiple threads is the question. Okay. So this is the disadvantage of your single threaded programming. What is the disadvantage in your single threaded program? If anyone asks you, you can explain this. And or otherwise, if someone asks you what is the purpose of multi-threading, then also you can explain the same. I believe this example will be easy to remember as well as easy to explain. Okay, so just follow up on this. What is this? Okay, program. Okay, for one of the batches, I think I have modified the PPT and I have shared. So in this particular PPT, if you observe, whatever program I have written, even that program is also there. But in other PPTs, what was there? Diagrams used to be there. Okay, program I used to write it on board. Yes or no? Because of which even today I have not shared that PPT. The reason is that program is not there. later you will definitely come back saying that, sir, program is missing, sir, statement is missing. Okay. So anyways, I know that I should do it as ultimately my mistake. I'm not giving any excuse here. But the fact is that being frank, today I was planning to cancel your class. Okay, but unfortunately, there are tight schedules because of which I cannot cancel it. Okay, so however, sooner or later, one day, you'll get relief. You can enjoy one day, sooner or later. I don't know when, but you'll get it. So above program in single thread approach can be overcome by making program to work in multi-threaded way. Multi-threading can be achieved in two ways. If you want to create multiple threads, okay, there are two ways. Which are those? First one is by extending thread class. Second one is by implementing runnable interface. Getting my point? First one is extending thread class. Second one is by implementing runnable interface. If I use thread class, how it will work? If I use runnable interface, how it will work, we should know now. Okay, so just try to understand the structure now. Normally, how it will work, or whenever I want to create multiple threads for multiple activities, how can I do it? Okay, as of now, all the activities are present in one single method or different methods? In one single method, because of which one single thread is getting created also. Okay, and it is waiting for one activity to finish other activities. So what I will do now, those activities whichever are present in one single method, I will try to keep it in different classes, different methods. Getting my point? How, sir? Just observe the hierarchy here. I believe next will be hierarchy only. By extending thread class and by implementing runnable interface. Getting my point? Runnable interface. Please be careful. I think while discussing the concept of interface rules, I think I have told that one single class can extend as well as implement. Yes, the topic will be explained in this topic. May not be today. Hopefully tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, but it will be explained. Next, multi-threading by extending thread class. As I've already told, whenever you want to create multiple threads, two ways are there. Which are those two ways? First one is by extending thread class. Second one is by implementing runnable interface. You should remember these names because these are inbuilt. You can't change it. Getting my point? So how to create multiple threads by by extending a thread class is what you should know. If you want to know that one, before that what you should know? What is there in your thread class? Getting my point? What is there in your thread class? That you should know first. What will be there in your thread class? Start is fine. Huh. Overridden topic I'll take once after runnable interface is done. Because as of now, if I take, then I should create the relationship between runnable and thread first. And then I can do it. But how I am doing is, first we will deal with thread class. And then we will deal with runnable interface. Before dealing with runnable interface, I'll explain you what is the relation between thread and runnable. Getting my point? What I'm trying to say is one simple question. If at all, if you want to create multiple threads, as I've already told, there are two ways. Why two ways are there? Why there are two ways? One way is sufficient, right? Why there are two ways?
Because when we are extending the thread class, then we cannot extend any other class. But when we are implementing the runnable interface, then we can extend.
As I've already told the rule, a single class can extend as well as implement. I told you that I will explain it anyways. That will come later. As of now, we should understand how to create multiple threads by extending thread class. First option. Okay, what I should do first? In name itself, it is there. Extend thread class. But before that, how many threads you want? 3 activities are there, which means I need 3 threads. Yes or no? So next what, sir? Very first thing that I have told you is all these activities are present in one single method. So what I'll do first, I'll try to keep them in different classes. So if you see the hierarchy here, and again, what will be present inside your thread class if you ask me? There will be one method. Which is that method? I mean, 2 methods are there. However, I'm dealing only with one method as of now, which is very, very important for you to achieve multi-threading. Getting my point? So please listen carefully. Here, few steps are there for you to achieve multi-threading. Okay. So first thing, thread class is there, which is inbuilt class. Getting my point? Is it created by us? It is inbuilt. If you remember in your edit plus, whenever I write thread, it will come in red color, which means it is inbuilt. And then inside this thread class, which method, if you ask me? Public void run method. Getting my point? Public void and run method. What will be there? What will be present inside that run method? Nothing. It will be empty over there. Anything? It will be empty. Your run method will be empty. Why? Ultimately, whatever I want to do, I will give it in my own classes, child classes. Why should be there something inside your run method there? So if you observe that, there will be run method which is not having any body for it. Okay, open bracket, close bracket will be there, but will there be any body? No. Getting my point? And then now, as I've already told, what is the first step for you to create multiple threads? If you ask me, first you keep different activities in different classes, and then if you want 3 threads for 3 activities, then keep those activities in different classes and make all these classes as a child class of thread class. Please observe. First is demo 1, and it is extending from thread class. And then the second step, first one is create different activities in different classes. Second step is override that run method. Getting my point? Override that run method. And inside this run method here, what I will give? Whatever activity you wanted to perform previously, that is your banking activity, you give it inside this. Getting my point? Yes, no? Next, in a similar way, demo 2, this should extend from where? Thread class. And next step is what? Override run method in your child class, like this. And which activity I'll give here? Printing activity. In a similar way, what is the third step? I mean, for third class, what I should do? Create one class, and that should be acting as a child class of thread class, and then override the run method. What I'll write inside that run method? Addition activity. Means different activities I have written in different class. That is true, but you can't take whichever method you want. You can't take whichever method you want. You should take run method only. Sir, I want to take other method, sir. How can I take it? Patience. Later it will anyways come. Okay. So as of now, is this clear? Yes or no? Next what, sir? One point all of you should remember, just like the way I told for super method. Frequently I asked you. And other things also. Frequently, whenever exception occurs, what will happen? Frequently, I have asked you throughout your exception topic. In a similar way, this question also I will ask you frequently throughout this multi-threading concept. What is that? Now the question is, when exactly a thread will be created? Forget by default whatever is getting created. Manually, if you want to create, when exactly a thread will get created? Which method? Okay. You should be very much careful with respect to this. What I will do is, first I'll do this modification. Whatever I have shown, same thing, I'll do that modification. And then I'll come back to both I'll explain something and then I'll come back to here. Getting my point? But one thing all of you should remember, I'll tell later. However, can we do this modification quickly? Whatever I have shown, here, in the PPT, can we make that modification quickly? Yes. Keep observing. Is the screen visible? Okay. So here, I'll consider first one, class demo 1. What I should write? Demo 1 extends thread. Class demo 2 extends thread. Class demo 3 extends thread. Yes. Inside this, what I should do? Second step, public void run I should write. Yes. Inside this, what I should write? Later we'll see. As of now, same thing should be there in your all 3 child classes. Yes. Yes or no? Next what? So inside run method of your demo 1 class, I should put banking activity. Okay. So starting from here till here, cut it and paste it here. And then yes, from here to here, cut it and paste. Yes. Any doubt till now? No. Next what? So now ultimately these run methods should be called. Am I right? So now what I will do, I should proceed ahead with my main method. Okay, inside main method, what I should do? So what I should do, please keep observing here. Again, if I'm honest. So please observe here. Now, I have anyways created the separate classes now, so that should not be a big problem for any one of you to understand, I believe. Did you understand this part I have written inside demo 1 run method, which is extending thread class. This part I have written inside demo 2 run method, which is extending thread class. This part I have written inside demo 3 run method, which is extending thread class. So now I'll erase this. So now what I should do? Create an object of all the 3 child classes. So here the class name I'll just change for your understanding as launch demo. And inside this, what I will try to do, very first thing that I'll try to do here is I'll try to create the demo one. And then, yes, and then, is there anyone who is expecting me to write completely? Don't expect that, okay? Because anyways, I'll not write it. Got it? I just want to tell one point. I told you I'll tell later. That point I want to tell you now. If I want to create multiple threads by myself at any point of time, multiple threads can be created if and only if you create an object of thread class. Okay. Means thread class object, whenever it is created, then only your multiple threads. Means if you want to create one new thread, directly or indirectly, you should create the object of thread class. Getting my point? Yes or no? Here, which objects I have created? Child class objects I have created. But what I want multiple threads. That is true. But multiple threads, when I want, you think and tell me which object I should create? Thread class. But did I create an object of thread class here? No. But still it will work. Why?
Then using this method.
What I can say is, here it will still work. As I've already told, it will, if you create an object of demo 1, demo 2, demo 3, it will by default create 3 threads by this time. Getting my point? Why, sir? How it will create and what will be done internally, if you ask me? The reason why it will create is because inheritance with respect to constructors, you remember? What was the first topic that I've done there? First one was that. Do you remember there was two classes? There were two classes. Class name I don't remember. Maybe demo 1, demo 2. But inside that I have taken, A, B variables, and there was one child class demo 2. In that I have taken int CD. Yes or no? And two constructors. One is default constructor and parameterized constructor in your demo 1. Default constructor and parameterized constructor in your demo 2. And in your main method, I was creating an object of child class, that is demo 2. But what it was doing? What it was doing? Was it allocating the memory only for child class variables? What it was doing? It was also allocating the memory for variables in parent class first, and then it will come to child class. For that, I have given you one. I have explained you one statement also. What was that statement all about? Creation of child class is equivalent to creation of parent class as well. You need not do it manually. By default, it will be done. If you create your object of demo 1, does it mean that you are creating only object of demo 1? You are also creating an object of thread class. I mean parent class, that is nothing but here is thread class. So whenever the object of thread class is created, what will happen? That we will see later. Okay, we will see it later. First, I'll try to write next statements. What are those next statements? Here I'll try to write, I want to give different names. Getting my point? What names I can give? D1 is for what? Which activity I'm asking? Banking. Here it is. Printing. And then here it is. Addition. And then I should call the respective methods. I'll say here as D1 dot run, D2 dot run, and D3 dot run. Getting my point? There is nothing special that you are seeing here. I believe all of you are able to understand what I have written here. Yes or no? Now, what will happen internally? Yes, what will happen internally is what all of you should know. I'm not sure, like memory diagram, was it done? With respect to stack means for that multi-threaded program, memory diagram, I mean to say using in stack, what will happen? Was that done? Written, not using diagram means? Point was given orally. Okay. Listen, all of you. See, all those who want to understand what will happen in each and every statement here, please listen. That much I can say. Sir, don't want to listen. Don't listen. Okay. As simple as that. However, ultimately, as I've already told you, okay, as I've already told you, very first, I mean, the program execution will start from where? But that is what? Without even thinking second time, directly main method will come. हाँ, मतलब पता तो था, but ये concept का हिसाब से बोला होगा, but still, make sure that all of you keep in your mind about static variable as well. Anyways, that was not my intentionally asked question. Normally only I ask. Even I was expecting main method only here. Okay, assume that this is here. All this is what we have seen directly. We have seen one stack segment. Yes. But normally what will happen is whenever you are dealing with any program and if you are dealing with main method, okay, activation record will get created. That is true. Okay. But what will happen is whenever you are dealing with main method first time, okay, here one stack will get created. Okay. Which is this stack? If you ask me, the name of this stack is main stack. Okay, this will be your main stack. Inside this, what will be there? Whatever you have written, all these days we used to tell one activation record will get created, activation record in your stack segment will get created. But directly inside stack segment, randomly it will not get created. There will be one main stack. Okay, inside that main stack, what will be there? The activation record. Online, someone did someone say something? Not sure. So here, this is your activation record of which one? Main method. Now inside main method, how many statements I have written? Three for object creation, three for setting the name, three for running it. Yes or no? Now what will happen if you ask me? For executing main, whatever is there in main stack, definitely one thread will also get created. What is the name of that thread? Main thread. This is the, okay, here I'll write, name of this thread is main thread, and this will be under the control of thread scheduler. Okay, means this should be under the control of thread scheduler. Next, what? It will start executing line by line whatever is written inside your what? Main method. What is the first statement that I have written? What is the first statement that I have written? Object creation of demo one. Of course, you are creating the object of demo one because of which in your heap segment one some block of memory will be allocated and one address will be assigned and other things. All those things keep it aside. But as I've already told, if you are creating object of child class, it is equivalent to creation of object of parent class, which means though I am creating an object of child class, it also means that I'm creating an object of thread class. And as I've already told you, whenever you create your object of thread class, two things will happen. Please remember, for each and every step, I'll start telling you. Guys, you have to wait for 2 minutes. Charging. So, as I've already told, though you are creating the object of child class, it is equivalent to creation of object of parent class, which means though I am creating object of demo one, it is equivalent to creation of object of thread class also. So whenever you create an object of thread class, what will happen? Two things will happen. Which are those two things? Which are those two things? Directly or indirectly, whenever you create an object of thread class, two things will happen. Which are those two things? If you ask me here, first thing is it will create one. What is this? This we call it as extra stack. Okay, whenever you create an object of what? Thread class, directly or indirectly, it will create one extra stack as well as one new thread. Getting my point? Getting my point or not? And next what? Whatever the thread you created, okay, it will start searching for run method. As I've already told, you have created an object of demo one now. Okay, if you remember, plain class and cargo plain class. In plain class, there was one fly method. Body was also given. What body? For plain class, fly method, what body I have given? Plane is flying. In cargo plane, fly method, what I have given? Cargo plane flies at low heights. Now, if I create an object of cargo plane, if I create an object of cargo plane and if I try to call fly method, which output I'll get? Will I get plane is flying or will I get cargo plane will fly at lower heights? Which one I'll get? Quite obvious. Whatever you have overridden, that output only I'll get. In a similar way, here also, whenever you try to create an object of thread class, one new extra stack will be created as well as one new thread will be created. New thread will be created. As of now, it is under whose control? Till now, it is still under the control of programmer only. Okay. Did I inform anywhere to go under the control of thread scheduler? No. When it will go, have patience. Next what? Here, by default, which method will be there? As I've already told, that overridden, that run method will be there, which is overridden. Initially, it will be empty only because directly or indirectly you are creating an object of thread class. So initially, empty run method will be there. But later, what will happen? As I've already told you, cargo plane and plane example, which method will come now? That overridden run method will come. Means whichever is in your child class that is related to banking activity. Got it? Getting my point or not? Next time, here, first line is done. Okay, this line is done. I will start highlighting. Okay, whenever, whichever line is done, I will start highlighting. Next what? This one should start execution now. Whenever I try to create object of demo 2, what will happen? It is not just about creating the object of demo 2. Though you are creating only object of demo 2, it will internally also create the object of thread class, which is nothing but your parent class. Yes or no? So if you are creating an object of thread class, then only directly you create or indirectly you create. If object of thread class is getting created, means what will happen? One more extra stack will be created as well as one new thread will be created. But that thread is under the control of whom? Till now it is under the control of programmer only. It is not under the control of thread scheduler. Next what? This is your nothing but your extra stack. And here what will be there? Public void run initially, because you have created an object of thread class. So initially it will be empty run method, just like your plain example. That fly method, whatever I have told you in plain, one fly method was there. That is this one, thread class run method. Later what will happen? You have overridden that in your cargo plane fly method. So which one will come? Overridden method only will come. If you want one more simple example, initially you got black heads because your parents are also having black heads. Later if you want to modify it, okay, you will modify the color to pink, you assume. Okay, if you change it, later if I try to create your object of child, which color will you get? Obviously pink only. Will I get black? You have modified it. Once you modify, can I go back? Okay, so because of which later I'll get here as printing activity. Why? Because in your demo2 run method, I have overridden it. Okay, this is created. Next what? This line is done. Next. One more. Extra stack will be created, as well as one new thread will be created. Yes. And then what? Initially you will be having empty run method. Which run method? Empty run method. Why it will be empty? Because in your thread class there is no body for it. So initially same method will be there. But later child class is overriding it. Because of which here I'll get addition activity. Got it? Yes or no? Is online working? I'm not able to see the screen.
Yes, sir, got it.
So next what? This statement is done. Next, set the name for D1 as banking. So for this particular thread, I am giving the name as banking. Why, sir? My wish. Even in your school days, if you have seen, your names are already there. Yes or no? But still, they will give you one register number or roll number. They will give. Why? Rather than calling your names in your attendance, they can easily call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like that, and they can take the attendance. Easiest way. Yes or no? They cannot remember everyone's name. Best way. Next what? Here it should be capital, okay? By mistake I have written small. You understand? Here it is printing. Next. This one will be your addition. Next. I have called D1.run, D2.run, D3.run. Respectively, these threads should start executing these methods. Getting my point? So let us just execute it and see. We should wait. मेरे साथ भी बात करो, कुछ है तो नहीं? Here quickly. Here, what I should do? Is it visible? New demo 1 and then demo 2 type D2 equals to new demo 2 demo 3 type D3 equals to new demo 3. Yes, D1 dot set name of banking, D2 dot set name of printing D3 dot set name of addition, D1 dot run, D2 dot run, and D3 dot run. Yes. So now I'll just save this program, compile it, no errors, but but I'll get this interrupted exception as expected. So what I should do? What I should do? Duck it. Okay. Where I should duck? Here, right? चल रहा है? Okay. Single screen was shared. Why? Ducking it, will it work? Why? All of you. Why? Why I'm asking for all of you is because already I've explained this. So I'm asking for all of you, and that too, it is not too old. 2-3 days old maximum. Not 2-3 days also. Yesterday, custom exceptions. Yesterday only LSP rules also was done. Why? In parent class, that is in your thread class, in LSP rules, clearly I've told you if there is a method in parent class which is throwing one type of exception, okay, and if there is a child class which is throwing another type, or if there is a parent class which is throwing one type of exception, it is not compulsory for a child class overridden method to throw the same type of exception. If you don't want, you can leave it. Okay. But however, in parent class, it is not throwing. But in child class, you are trying to throw. Will it work? You are trying to modify the, and second thing is also there, that is, you are trying to modify the signature of that run method itself, which will not actually work. Getting my point? For run method, you can never duck the exception. You should handle it. Getting my point? How can I handle it? Here, if you can see, as I've already told, if you can see the exception error here, what it is saying? It is a overridden method, and you are trying to inform that this may throw an exception, which will not work. So what I should do? Here, remove this, and here, what I should do? Okay. Now you save it and then compile it, but no buts. Now if I try to execute, how exactly it should work? How exactly it should work? In a multi-threaded way, it should work. Means, assume that banking activity got started. Getting my point? Banking activity got started. I will not give the account number. Okay. Should it wait until user give the account number? No. It should switch to other activity. Be it anyone. Okay. It should switch to other activity. Yes or no? Now we will try to execute it. Account number it is asking. I'll not give. I will not give. I will still not give. Still not give. Don't you think by this time it should have been shifted? But is it getting shifted? No. Why, if you ask me, there is a reason. इधर पूछो क्या है हाँ वही क्या okay here here next what if you ask me I am calling d1 dot run d2 dot run and d3 dot run but still it is waiting for banking activity to give the input and then only it can proceed to printing. But was that expected? We were expecting what? It was supposed to shift to printing without wasting much time. Yes or no? But it is wasting time here. Am I right? It is not working in a multi-threaded way. It is still working in a single-threaded way only. The reason is here what we are doing, we are manually calling run method by ourselves, which we should not do it. Okay, then what should we do it, sir? What should we do it if you ask me? Here, we should not call run method, that is true. But does it mean that without informing will it work? No. So something we should say. What we will say? I'll tell that d1 dot start, d2 dot start. Sir, where is this start method, sir? Okay. We are calling which method? We are calling start method. We should not call run method. Did I call run method here? We should call start method. What that start method will do? Start method will internally call run method. Sir, if we call directly run method, what will happen, sir? You only think if you are calling directly d1 dot run, don't you think it will create an object of, you know, that I mean, anyways, object is already created. You are calling d1 dot run. Means you are trying to call that run method which is present in d1. You are deciding it. Yes or no? Who is deciding this? You yourself, you are a programmer. You are deciding that first call that run method which is present in d1. Next you call that run method which is present in d2. Next you call that run method which is present in d3. You are deciding by yourself if you directly call run method. So how it will work? Again, it will work the same way, just like the way how it was working in your single threaded approach. Though you are creating multiple threads, okay, but it will still work the same way, just like your single threaded approach. Multiple threads are there, but second thread will start after first thread finishes the work. Third thread will start after second thread finishes the work. Again, it is the same thing. Though you have created multiple threads, it is of no use. Yes or no? How can I make it useful if you ask me? I will call start method. Okay, just like the way I have told you, if you create directly or indirectly, if I create the object of thread class, how many things will happen? Two things. Which are those two things? One new extra stack as well as one new thread. Yes or no? In a similar way, whenever you call start method, okay, two things will happen. Which are those two things? Very first thing is, whenever you call start method, the control, the thread, whatever is there, till now it is under the control of whom? Programmer. As soon as you call start method, it will go under the control of thread scheduler. And what is the second thing? It will start searching for run method now. Getting my point? Now this is not your start, this is your, this is not your run, this is your start. If I call start, as I've already told, the thread will go under the control of thread scheduler. Now it is no more in my control. Next what? It will start searching for the thread which went under the control of thread scheduler. It will start searching for run method. In a similar way, now this one, what is this? d2 dot start. As soon as I tell start, what will happen? Two things will happen. First thing is it will go under the control of thread scheduler and it will start searching for run method. Next, D3 dot start, that is last statement, means all these statements are done, because of which this particular thread will also go under the control of thread scheduler and it will start searching for run method. Getting my point? Now, is the duty of your main thread done? Done. What is pending? All the statements are executed. Main thread, I'm asking. Is the duty of your main thread done? Done. Now, among these three, which thread will get the control first? Among these three, which thread will get the control first? That we can never decide. If we want to decide that, why exactly thread scheduler should be there? Again, if we are deciding that, don't you think again still it will work like a single threaded approach only? Yes or no? That is the reason we will give the control to thread scheduler. Why we are calling start method? The reason is go under the control of thread scheduler. I don't want to take care of you. Now it is under the control of thread scheduler. Which thread will get the control? Even I don't. But we can assume. For time being, we can assume. Which we will assume, sir? Please listen carefully how it will work, because there I cannot explain you much in the output. So here manually I'll explain it, then I'll show you the output, easily you can understand. Let us assume, again I'm telling you, which thread will get the control. Can we decide it? Any one of these three may get it. Okay, I am assuming that banking thread will get the chance for the first time. So what it will do, as I've already told, previously itself I told you, it will start searching for run method. It will internally call run method. So whenever it gets the control, what it will do, it will start executing this. In your banking activity, what is the first statement? Banking started, and then enter the account number. I don't want to enter now. I don't want to enter. So immediately your thread scheduler will get to know that CPU time is getting wasted. So what your thread scheduler will do? It will check, is there any other threads which are ready to get executed? Is there any other threads which are ready to get executed? Yes, that is your printing thread as well as addition thread. So among these two, who will get the control? We cannot decide, or we will never get to know. Anyone may get. Whosoever will get, what they will try to execute? They will try to execute run method only. Means assuming that now, I will not assume printing, I will try to assume that addition got the control now. It will start executing run method. So what output I will get? Addition started, and value of addition, that is somewhere around 6912, if I'm not wrong, 6912. 6912, something like that I'll get, and then addition completed. It got completed also. Okay. Now, once this one is done, this is all the work of this particular thread is done. Now, who will get the control? Sorry? Anyone, I don't know. Simple answer is I don't know who will get. Can I decide that? No. But for now, I am assuming. What I am assuming? I'll assume that printing it will go. So what it will do? First time it will print DJS and it will go to sleep. Means now it has started. Now it will go to sleep. Okay. As it is in sleep, don't you think again CPU time is getting wasted? So immediately your thread scheduler will check, is there any other thread which is ready to get executed? Is it there? Yes. Which is that? Banking. Now in this case, I can tell that it will go to banking only. The reason is that is the only one which is left out. In this case only, because the other one is done. This is in sleep. Left out is only this one. So it will come here. So now what it will print? First you think and tell me, did I enter account number? Then, so what it will print? It will not print anything. It is still waiting. Those who are thinking that, sir, banking started, sir. Do you think again? See, it is something like I am doing some work. Okay. What work I can tell? Assume that I am cleaning my house. Assume I am cleaning my house. Half of my house I have cleaned. Okay, then someone called me, so I left my home in between only. Work got stopped. I went back. Once I came back, once the other work is done, someone called me. I went there, I spoke with them, and I came back to home. Once I came back, will I again start from scratch? From beginning, will I start? From wherever I have left, from there only, I'll continue cleaning. And so, in a similar way, first time when it got the control, it has already executed 3 statements. Which are those? Banking started, enter the account number, and then it was waiting. Now, wherever it have left, that is, it is still waiting without printing anything. It will simply wait. Okay. If I enter something, it will accept it and then immediately it will give next statement, that is enter the password. Now assume that I'll give the account number. Account number I have given it as 1234. Okay. Password did I give? No, I'll not give. Then what will happen? Will it wait? If I don't give password, what will happen now? As the CPU time is getting wasted, thread scheduler will immediately take back the control and give to other thread which is ready to get executed. Which is that? Printing. Addition is already done, right? Printing is the only one. So it will go to printing. From where will it start? From beginning. First time again will it start printing BGS? From wherever it has left, from there it will start. Means already one time it was printed. Now it will continue from second time. Getting my point? Second time it has printed and it went to sleep again. Now immediately again CPU time is getting wasted. Thread scheduler will take back the control and check is there any other thread which is ready to get executed. Is it there? It will come here. It will come here now. Okay. Now also I don't want to give the input. Okay. So again CPU time is getting wasted. So thread scheduler will take back the control and it will check is there any other thread which is ready to get executed. Is it there? Yes. Which is that? Printing. So again it will go back to printing. Third time it will print BGS and again it will go to sleep. Okay. So now again it will take back the control and give it back to banking because that is the only one left as of now. Once it come here, again what it will print? Nothing. It is just waiting. Waiting for what? Password. Now this time I'll enter the password. 1234. As soon as I enter the password, immediately I'll get the output saying that banking completed. And then where it will go now? Still printing is left out for 2 or 1 times. I don't remember exactly. 2 also. So one more time it will print, BGS and it will go to sleep again. Okay. This time what will happen? It will go to sleep, but meanwhile, what your thread scheduler will do, it will take back the control and it will check, is there any other thread which is ready to get executed? Is it there? No. As there are no other threads, it will wait for printing to get over. Because there are no other work which is in wait state or which is in pending state. Okay, all the other work are done. Only one work is there. Slowly, even if you are creating a delay, still it will finish the work slowly. Getting my point? Is that clear? Any doubt?
When I start the call start, then actually my did not run the
Who told it did not run the run?
पहले तो अगर स्टार्ट में पहले वो कॉल किया
हाँ
तो लाइन में लाइन एग्जीक्यूट
हाँ
पहले वो स्टार्ट में जब कॉल करूंगा तो
हाँ
शेड्यूलर पर आने में ढूंढेगा
हाँ
तब तो नहीं यार काम कर रहा है मतलब
पहला ये थ्रेड चालू हुआ. As I've already told you, it will start searching for run method. Okay. Till now, when it was executing this line, think and tell me who is having the control. Main thread. At any point of time, how many threads can work? Only one. If you observe here also, did I anywhere tell you that 2 threads will work at the same time? At any point of time, only 1 thread can work. Because of which, as of now, who is having the control? Main thread. So main thread will execute this statement, because of which it went under the control of thread scheduler, and whenever this gets the control, as of now it is not having control, it went under the control of thread scheduler. That's it. Okay. Whenever this gets the control, it will start executing the run method. Next, this one. This will go under thread scheduler, and whenever this gets chance, it will start executing run method. Now this one, same thing. Now main thread is done. Then who will get chance among these three? That we don't. Clear? That is the reason. Same step you follow, you'll get a clear picture. Getting my point? Step by step, line by line. Why did I explain if you ask me? Because of this reason. You'll get a clear picture in this one. Okay. Writing part, there is nothing much here. You just have to create three objects, set the name, and call start method. Clear? However, if I create an object of thread class at any point of time, directly or indirectly, what will happen? One extra stack will get created as well as one new thread will get created. Whenever I call start method, what will happen? Control will go to thread scheduler or thread will go under thread scheduler. Which one? Control thread scheduler के पास जाएगा या thread जाएगा? Whenever I call start method, first thing that will happen is whatever the thread that was created, it is still under the control of programmer. As soon as I call start method, immediately that thread will go under the control of thread scheduler. Clear? And the second thing is it will start searching for run method. Clear with that? So now we observe what output. See, again, some of you will be thinking that, sir, I know this already. I don't want this much of explanation. Why I'm doing this much of explanation here? Next, I'll take runnable. Okay, there what will happen? Same thing will happen. Will I explain all this there also? Don't even expect. Almost, I think it has consumed somewhere around at least 1 hour, 2 hours. I don't think so. This particular one program, 1 hour at least it has consumed. From 1 hour, if I have explained, you should have understood the importance of this. Okay, because next using runnable I'll do. Next using single class I'll do. Everywhere it is the same thing. Output will be same. A diagram will be same. Getting my point? Small changes will be there. That however I'll show. Diagram also I'll write. But will I explain all the minute details whatever I have done here? 100% no. Okay. So quickly observe screen visible. Here it was not working. The reason was that I have called run method by myself. I have called run method by myself because of which it will not work according to the multi-threaded way. So what I should do now? Call start method. Got it? Now you check. I'll compile it. No errors. And then see, already first printing got the chance, it started printing and it went to sleep. Because of which, who got the chance? Banking. And it asked for account number. Did I enter? No. Because of which, addition got the chance now. Because your printing was in sleep state. Okay. So addition got the chance, it printed the value and addition got completed also. Now printing got the chance again. Okay, who is left out now? Printing and banking. Printing got the chance now. Getting it? Because of which it was printed and then it went to sleep. Because of which again the control was given to whom? Banking. It was asking, sir, where it is asking, sir? It was asking. Okay. Now, is it true? 9. If you observe, in between, was it printing any message? No. I directly entered one number as 9. What? It went for which one? Account number it went and it was asking for password. I didn't enter. So printing got completed. Now it is only left out with banking password statement. So I'll just give some password and banking got completed. But can we surely say that this time printing got the first chance, then banking and then addition? Means printing first, banking next and then addition. Now I'll try to run again. Can I surely say that First printing only, then banking, and then addition. If you can observe, first banking got the control, and then printing, and then addition. Yes or no? It is not same. Am I right? Any doubt in this? Clear? Now, what I want to tell all of you is, anyways, runnable I am supposed to explain, but today I'll not do it. Okay. Take some amount of, not relaxation for that matter, but however, now what is my point if you ask me, if at all, if anyone asks you multi-threading, okay, by chance, and if you take up this example, they will just ask you, explain multi-threading. From where you can start? What do you mean by thread? What all properties a thread will have? How can you check which thread is currently working? And can you change the name? Can you change the priority? And then disadvantages of single threaded approach. For that one example, because of this, even though there is no dependency between printing and addition, printing and banking, addition and banking, still they will keep on waiting for each other to complete. Then only the other will get a chance. Yes, which is not a right approach. So what we will do, we will go with multi-threaded approach. Whenever we go with multi-threaded approach, you will tell that there are two ways. One is by extending thread class. If at all, if you get a chance, or if we ask you to explain that also, please explain by extending thread class. You are lucky enough, you can think. You can think that you are lucky enough. The reason why I am telling you this is, if you explain in interview by chance this much with stack diagram or whatever, if it is offline, you are even more luckier. Just ask for one pen and paper. Just write those 9 statements, and if you explain this much, you think and tell me, will he be expecting any other thing from you? They may ask you. I'm not saying that they will not ask you any other thing. They will ask you. Okay. But hopefully that may be for checking, but at least you will get a clear picture if you explain this much, saying that what clarity you will get, that you are knowledgeable resource. Getting my point? Those who are attending freshers interview, one thing you should remember, they will not be finding or they will not be checking for a person who knows everything. Wait. What they will be checking? Once you go to company, do you think this much in-depth and all they will teach? Core Java will be finished in 1 week. In some companies, so complete Java only will be finished in 1 week. Okay. What they will be looking for, if you ask me, they will be looking for those kind of candidates who are at least good with basics. Basics, it does not mean that only till data type search. All these are basics of Java. You are learning core Java. Okay. At least if you tell this much, you will get a clear picture. You are a trainable resource. Getting my point? Means whatever they will train, you can grasp it because you know you are strong with your basics. As simple as that. Anyways, ultimately, whatever their company is doing, whatever their work is, they will give separate training. Yes or no? Then what is the purpose of this interview? Whenever they are giving training, if you are not understanding anything, what is it? In 1 week, they will finish. Okay, will you be able to understand that much? No. If you know all this, at least whatever they will explain there, you can easily correlate. Getting my point? If you get a chance, don't even step back. If he is not really interested, guys, simple thing. If he asks you one question, explain me how you can achieve multi-threading by extending thread class. You start explaining whatever it takes. If he is not interested, one simple thing, he will only ask you to stop. Yes or no? If he is not stopping, what does it mean? It is a benefit for you. What is the benefit? Keep on explaining. Whether he is listening or not, but he will definitely get a picture that, or you will get a clarity that you know something at least. Getting my point? Try to be smart. You only normally think if you are an interviewer, okay? Those who are feeling it is wrong, I don't care. But I've given the same inputs for many other students. It works. So I believe it will work for you all. As simple as that. Okay. So what I am trying to say is start with that. If you are an interviewer, just assume in front of you two candidates are there. You will ask how to create multiple threads by extending thread class. One person will say, sir, I just have to extend the thread class and override that run method. Done. On the other side, the other person will ask for pen and paper. He will try to write this and he will try to explain using memory diagram. You think and tell me, whom will you select, the first or the second one? Quite obvious. No second thought. Obviously, it will go for second one. Whichever topic you get, don't stop until he asks you to stop. Getting my point? Every topic for that matter in Java, that to core Java, any topic, you are lucky enough only because static keyword you think. If that static keyword, complete thing, encapsulation, complete thing, inheritance, complete thing, polymorphism, complete, abstraction, complete, exception. Such a big topic it is. If we ask you, minimum if I tell you also, some of you will be like, sir, exception is like handling it, rethrowing it, ducking, done. If you start speaking about exception, whatever you know, all those things, if you start speaking, at least it will, minimum to minimum, if I say, minimum to minimum, it will take 40 minutes. Less than that, you can't finish it. I challenge. But normally what you will do? Give one definition, sit quietly. Even after me telling this, still you will go and do the same thing. Sir, I'll give the definition and sit quietly, sir. Whatever he wants, he will ask. And that to some of you will be like, your expectation will be to another level. Sir, he should ask me, encapsulation means, he will ask what is encapsulation. You will give answer. And then he should ask you, give one doc program. Means he should only mention the example also. Doc program, which is done in your class, you write it. Then only you will write it. If not, you will not write. Even though you know it, still you will not write it. Why? He didn't ask. Such a blunder mistake it is. I can call heights of stupidity. It is heights of stupidity, I can call it. You think normally if you just give definition and if you sit quiet, what you will think? You know only about definition. Simple thing. Common sense it is, if you just tell definition and sit quiet, which means you will come to a conclusion that, okay, you know only about definition in encapsulation. Apart from that, but is it true? No. So don't stop. Try it once. If it is working or not, you try it once. But it does not mean that, I am repeating, it does not mean that he's asking about encapsulation. You are speaking about inheritance. Just because I told you to continue, it does not mean that he is asking encapsulation and you continued with inheritance. That should not be the case. Then what he will think? Don't know Java only. Because I am asking about encapsulation. He is speaking about inheritance. She don't have clarity or he don't have clarity. As simple as that. So don't do it. Getting it? Anyways, for today, I'll be stopping it here. Runnable, we'll be seeing it tomorrow. I think in PPT, let me show PPT once, one last time quickly. That much only will be there. Okay, this much I have done. Okay, next. Same old thing. See here. I think I should have used this one only rather than writing it there. With lot of efforts, this was done because whatever I was doing it on board, right? If I'm highlighting one line, which means that is getting executed. Here also same. If you can see, first line is highlighted. Means first line is working as of now. Because of which one extra stack, one new thread got created. Next what? It will start searching for run method. Initially, empty run method will be there. Later, banking activity will be there. Next what? Second line. If you observe here. Here if you observe, second line. Yes. Then what? One more extra stack as well as one new thread and it will start searching for run method. Okay. Initially, empty run method will be there, but later overridden run method will be there. Body, printing activity will come there. Next what? Line number, just a minute. Line number 3 here. Okay. Because of which, I believe it is not required to explain this. Needed. Next, fourth line. This one. What should happen here? This one I should give the name. Given. Fifth line. Name. Sixth line. Name. Seventh line whenever it is executing. Okay. Seventh line it is executing, because of which this thread should go under the control of thread scheduler. Eighth line whenever and it will start executing run method whenever it will get a chance. Okay. Next. Here. Eighth line, right? Eighth line. So because of which that thread will go under the control of thread scheduler, and whenever it gets a chance, it will start executing run method. Next, ninth line, same thing. Clear? That's it. Next will be next slide, I believe. Is there anything working? See, this PPT is like perfect one. Means there is nothing that you should add, nothing that you should remove. Okay, complete program is also there here. And once we create the object of thread class, it will perform two things simultaneously. Which are those? New extra stack will be created, new thread also will be created. Next, start method will perform two things simultaneously. Which are those? Start will internally search for run method, and newly created thread will come under the control of thread scheduler. Clear? And what is this? That is what? Steps. How exactly we are doing it? How we are doing it? While achieving multi-threading by extending thread class, we should make our source class. Source class means which one? Demo 1, demo 2, demo 3 as a child class of thread class, and we should be overriding a method called as run method present inside thread class. Clear? Okay. So next, once the thread will be handed over to thread scheduler, how the scheduling will be done will be decided by thread scheduler. Which thread will get the control will never be known by developer. Okay. Being a program, we will be calling a start method, and that will internally invoke a run method. If we directly try to invoke run method, it will work similar way like single threaded program. As I've already told, the script is like perfect. Okay, there is nothing to be added, and this is runnable interface, which I don't want to discuss now. So that is the reason normally I'll think, should I give PPT? That to this one. PDF I'll give, no? Right? Why no? Why not PDF? In PDF also same content will be there. Okay, in PDF also same to same content, same diagrams, everything will be same, but without animation. Because if I give it in PDF, you can give that PDF to others, but they cannot create that animation. In the process of creating that animation, for this one, how many are there? Let us check once. If you can see the numbers here, can you see? Numbers are being overlapped. Okay, overall in this, how many are there? Again, question will be like, my effort, why should I give it for free for that to outsiders? Here for my students, I can give, but trust issue. Okay. One fine day, it so happened that my PPT came back to me only saying that in this, no, for animation. I was searching, is there any, PPT with animation? My PPT only came back to me. I was like, wow, such a good students I have. From that day, I stopped sharing PPT. I started sharing PDF. This thing I can convert it to PDF. Same thing will be displayed, but it will not, work like that. Animations will not work. Anyways, thank you so much. Tomorrow we'll continue. Thank you, everyone. Which means you can leave.